We potentially have another Johannes Merkley and Oscar Grant situation again. You recall on New Year's night of a year or two ago when Oscar Grant was shot on the subway by men Shirley, the Bay Area Rapid Transit Authority police. And we have had a trial recently in which he was sentenced, and then there was a big riot in Oakland area, damaging property and so on. Now, this shooting of this Derrick Jones, a barber, who was alleged to be involved in a domestic altercation with somebody, ran away from the police, and they caught up with him and asked him to raise his hand, but they said he kept reaching to his waist, and they saw something shiny, and they decided to shoot and kill him. And you wonder if really these guys are telling the truth or not. Now, one of the police officers is a member of the SWAT team, and I want to believe that after the four cops were shot here in Oakland, these cops, they've changed the MO in which they call for backup often, and they have one cop watching the suspect as the officer writes the ticket or deals with the paperwork. But in this case, there were two of them. And I don't see why you need to run somebody down for something like that. He wasn't dangerous. Nobody said he was, going to kill anybody, whatever. I mean, anything innocent could end up because the person might have had a warrant out for their arrest for not paying a fine or driving with a suspended license. They end up dead simply because they reacted differently to the cops' approach. And so it borders, it seems to me, on people motive for joining powerful organizations like the police. It could be that many of them were cowards. They were bullied as young people, and so they said, this is not going to happen to me anymore. They're going to join the army, or they're going to buy a gun, or they're going to do what it takes to protect themselves. So that if they were the bullier, or if they had stood up to the bullies, then they would have developed some skills, I think, which would help them in their policing. I, for example, I had been bullied, and I stood up. I might have bullied some people too, but I have so much skills that I could assess a situation and see whether it could escalate into me getting killed or having to kill somebody else, and I'll just back up and chill out. Furthermore, the cops have a way in which they do not want to lose a suspect. They will bring out the whole force, the dogs, the horse, they bring out the boat, they bring out the helicopter, they bring out everybody just to catch a guy who ran away because he didn't stop at some red light. I mean, they got to value things now. They don't have the resources, and they're just spending it, prodigally and foolishly. And so, in this case here again, there's going to be some demand for money if these guys are found to be negligent and, did not follow standard procedures or seem to have made a mistake or whatever. They're going to have to pay them some money, and the city doesn't have money. In fact, the night of this incident, I was about 2 miles away from where the shooting happened, and I saw the police cars coming from maybe 5 miles away, speeding, and this is an unusual speed. I knew it had to be some serious matter. So when I followed them, and I reached, eventually, I discovered that this is the situation. So I'm saying that policemen need to be reasonable. Individuals' lives are very, very valuable, apart from being a human and value intrinsically. You have also the schooling they receive, the money the parents spent on them, they love, the board, the clothing, all these things. It's expensive. Then plus now they have to go and put out $6,000 or whatever to bury the person. And then here's a resource that the city or the state could have used. This person was a barber in this case, but many of them could be making a productive contribution. So folks need to be very careful how they just go on and kill him. They seem to just kill for the sake of killing. And we know many cops, many times they will just stay in the road and see a car come and shoot their driver as opposed to just moving out of the way. So I hope that everybody's going to be mindful of the, killing and taking lives unnecessarily. In this case, it was unnecessary.